You are not poor because you lack money. You are poor because you lack structure. Let that hit you. $1 million is not a lottery ticket. It's not a crypto spike. It's not some magical influencer secret. It's a byproduct of identity. And identity is built on foundations. Weak foundation, insignificant results. Monumental foundation, monumental outcomes. Most people don't want to hear this. They want hacks. They want shortcuts. They want the fantasy that someone, somewhere, is hiding a golden key. There is no golden key. There is only discipline, clarity, and violent execution. The first 30 days to your first million are not about making $1 million. They're about becoming the type of person who cannot avoid making it. That's the harsh reality. The world is not fair. It does not reward effort. It rewards value. Cold, brutal, mathematical value. Cold, brutal, mathematical value. If you generate $10 of value, you get paid $10. If you generate 10 million in value, you get paid accordingly. Your emotions? Irrelevant. Your excuses? Worthless. Your childhood trauma? The market does not care. This is economic evolution. Survival of the fittest, but in suits. In nature, the weak animal starves. In business, the weak mindset starves. And you're not broke because of inflation. You're broke because your internal operating system is outdated. You're running poverty software in a high-performance economy. The first 30 days are about rewriting that software. Day 1 to day 7, brutal self-audit. No fantasies. No Instagram delusion. No pretending you're working on something big. I want numbers. I want hours tracked. I want skills listed. I want weaknesses exposed like open wounds. How many hours do you waste? How much do you consume versus produce? How many skills do you have that someone would actually pay for? Be honest. It will hurt. Good. Pain is clarity. You want $1 million? Start by calculating how much value you need to create daily. If you want to make $1 million in 5 years, that's $200,000 per year. Break that down monthly, then weekly, then daily. When you break a mountain into stones, it becomes liftable. Most people never do this math. They just say, I want to be rich. That's not a plan. That's a wish whispered into the void. A high-value man does not wish. He calculates. Week 1 is about eliminating leakage. Your energy leaks. Your time leaks. Your focus leaks. Scrolling, complaining, arguing with nobody's online, watching other people win while you sit there insignificant. Cut her off. Delete distractions. Reduce noise. Fill the schedule so tight it feels uncomfortable. Wake up before the world. Train your body. Because if your body is weak, your mind negotiates. And negotiation is where dreams go to die. You need sharpness. Physical sharpness creates mental sharpness. Week 2, skill acquisition with ruthless focus. You don't need 20 skills. You need one skill that the market respects. High-income skills. Sales. Copywriting. Coding. Closing. Marketing. AI systems. Pick one. Obsess over it, not dabble. Obsess over it, not dabble. Obsess. Think of it like war. You don't bring random weapons into battle. You master your sword. You sharpen it daily. While others are distracted, you're in the arena, bleeding, learning. Every day of those 30 days, you should feel slightly overwhelmed. If you're comfortable, you're stagnant. Comfort is a slow poison. Let me explain this through chess. Life is high-stakes chess. Every move either increases your position or weakens it. Most people move their pieces randomly. They react, they defend, they survive. The millionaire mindset, it attacks. It controls the center of the board. It forces the opponent to respond. In your first 30 days, you are not playing to win the entire game. You are playing to dominate the center. That means controlling your time, your skill set, your circle, your habits. If your friends are broken comfortable, you are in checkmate already. Environment dictates standards. Standards dictate actions. Actions dictate results. Week 3, monetization. This is where most people choke. They learn, they prepare, they plan. But when it's time to charge, they hesitate. Hesitation is expensive. You must put your skill into the market fast, imperfectly, aggressively. Start selling before you feel ready. You will never feel ready. Reality rewards action, not perfection. Maybe you're offering freelance services. Maybe you're building a small digital product. Maybe you're closing deals for someone else and taking commission. It doesn't matter. What matters is that money starts flowing. Money is feedback. It tells you if your value is real or imagined. If no one pays, you're not valuable yet. Simple. Do not get emotional about this. Get better. Week 4, scale the discipline. Not the business, the discipline. Because your first $1,000 will test you more than your first failure. You'll think you've made it. You'll relax. You'll celebrate too long. You'll drift. That's the trap. The 30-day foundation is not about a single win. It's about building a machine. A machine does not depend on motivation. It runs on systems. You wake up at the same time. You train at the same time. You work in focused blocks. You track metrics daily. You review weekly. You adjust without emotion. You become cold about your own performance. If you underperform, you don't cry. You recalibrate. Let's talk psychology. Most people are addicted to identity that keeps them small. I'm just not good at business. I'm not a sales guy. I'm bad with numbers. That is self-sabotage disguised as humility. Your brain is programmable, and during these 30 days, you must speak to yourself like a commander, not a victim. Every morning you ask, what is my duty today? Not, what do I feel like doing? Duty is powerful. Feelings are temporary. When you build your foundation on duty, you become unshakable, because duty doesn't care about weather. Duty doesn't care about mood. Duty doesn't care about who texted you or who ignored you. It only cares about execution, and execution compounds. Let's go deeper. The first million is not about money. It's about transformation. You start as someone reactive, distracted, emotional. In 30 days, if done properly, you become focused, strategic, calculating. You stop chasing validation. You chase leverage. Leverage is the multiplier. Skill plus discipline plus leverage equals wealth. Without discipline, skill is wasted. Without skill, discipline is misdirected. Without leverage, both are capped. In these 30 days, you identify where leverage exists in your field. Automation, delegation, partnerships, platforms, attention. Attention is currency. If you can capture attention and convert it into value, you control a river of opportunity. But attention without substance is noise. Substance without exposure is invisibility. You need both, and that requires courage, because putting yourself out there feels dangerous. The fear of judgment, the fear of failure, the fear of insignificance. Let me tell you something brutal. You're already insignificant if you never try. At least by stepping into the arena, you give yourself a chance at conquest. Most men die with potential. Potential is worthless. It's a compliment for the weak. Results are what count. In these 30 days, you eliminate the word someday. Someday is a lie. There is only today. And today must be violent in its productivity. You track your revenue. You track your outreach. You track your outreach. You outreach. Outreach R. Odd for each R reach of deep work. You optimize like a machine. If you send 20 offers and get 1 client, you send 100 offers. You don't complain. You increase volume. You improve pitch. You refine positioning. You adapt. Evolution favors the adaptable predator. This is not about hype. This is about building a foundation so solid that your first million becomes inevitable. I want you to understand inevitability. When a man becomes disciplined, skilled, and relentless, wealth becomes a side effect. Like sweat after training, it's not the goal of the push-up. It's the result. So during these 30 days, you are not chasing money. You are forging identity. An identity that does not flinch. An identity that does not negotiate with weakness. An identity that understands that competition is constant and mercy is rare. And when you feel tired, when you feel like quitting, when your friends are out partying and you're alone working, you remind yourself, this is the foundation. Skyscrapers are not built on sand. And right now, you are pouring concrete. Thick, heavy, unseen by the world. No applause, no recognition, just you and your duty. And if you can survive these 30 days without breaking your standards, without lowering your intensity, without slipping back into comfort, you won't just be closer to a million, you will be different. And once you are different, the game changes. Because the world does not respond to wishes. It responds to force. Force of will. Force of skill. Force of consistency. You think the million is sitting somewhere waiting for you? No. It's locked behind layers of resistance. And resistance is the tax you pay for ambition. Most people tap out the moment resistance shows up. One rejection, they doubt themselves. One slow week, they question the plan. One negative comment, they shrink. That is why they stay average. The 30-day foundation is not about comfort. It is about increasing your tolerance for pressure. Because pressure is privilege. Pressure means you're attempting something monumental. Insignificant people feel no pressure. They float through life unnoticed. You want to know what separates the man who touches his first million from the one who talks about it for 10 years? Emotional control. During these 30 days, your emotions will betray you. Some mornings, you'll wake up fired up. Other mornings, you'll feel doubt crawling into your mind like poison. That voice will whisper, maybe this isn't for you. That voice is weakness, negotiating for survival. Kill it. Not with motivation, with evidence. Every day you execute, you build evidence. You become the kind of person who does what he says. Self-trust is power, and power compounds. Let's talk about identity at a deeper level. There are three versions of you: the current you, the comfortable you, the capable you. The current you wants change. The comfortable you wants safety. The capable you demands growth. In these 30 days, you must starve the comfortable you. No unnecessary entertainment, no pointless debates, no emotional drama. You reduce your life to essentials: training, learning, earning. People will call you obsessed. Good. Obsession is focus with intensity. The world's highest performers are obsessed. Elite athletes, billionaire founders, top closers. They are not balanced. They are locked in. Balance is for maintenance. You are in construction mode. When a building is under construction, it's loud, it's chaotic, it's uncomfortable. That's you right now. Let's go deeper into the war analogy. Imagine you are preparing for a 10-year campaign. The first 30 days are boot camp. Boot camp is not glamorous. It is repetitive drills, discipline under fatigue, obedience to structure, pain with purpose. Why? Because in real battle, you don't rise to the occasion. You fall to your level of training. If your foundation is weak, when opportunity arrives, you will fumble it. Opportunity favors the prepared predator. During this phase, you must develop what I call offensive patience. You work aggressively, but you think long-term. You don't panic if results are slow. You measure inputs, not just outputs. You focus on controllables. Can you control the market? No. Can you control your effort? Yes. Can you control your learning speed? Yes. Can you control your outreach volume? Yes. Focus only on what you control. Now let's talk about money psychology. Most people subconsciously repel money. They say they want it, but their habits scream otherwise. They feel guilt about charging high prices. They fear being judged for success. They associate wealth with arrogance. That internal conflict will sabotage you. In these 30 days, you must normalize wealth in your mind. Study successful people. Analyze how value is exchanged. Remove emotional charge from money. Money is stored energy. If you create value, you deserve compensation. Period. There is nothing immoral about excellence. And when you begin to earn even small amounts, you reinvest aggressively, not in liabilities, not in ego purchases, in growth, courses, tools, ads, mentorship, systems. You treat every dollar like a soldier. Each one must go to war and bring back reinforcements. Frivolous spending is betrayal. Let's go deeper into competition. You are not competing against the average person. You are competing against the man willing to outwork you. Somewhere right now, someone is studying while you hesitate. Someone is pitching while you scroll. Someone is refining their craft while you rationalize. Competition is constant, invisible, ruthless. The market does not give participation trophies. So during these 30 days, you adopt a predator's awareness. Every wasted hour feels like loss. Every improvement feels like edge gained. Edge matters. Small improvements daily create exponential separation over time. 1 extra hour of focused learning per day becomes 30 hours in a month, 365 in a year. That's an entire additional skill layer. Compounding is quiet at first, then it becomes unstoppable. But here's the psychological trap. Around day 18 to 22, you will feel fatigue. The novelty is gone. The initial motivation fades. Results might not match effort yet. This is the breaking point. Most people relapse here. They convince themselves to take it easy. They dilute the schedule. They compromise standards. And just like that, the foundation cracks. You must anticipate this phase. Expect it. When it arrives, you double down on structure, not intensity. Structure. Structure protects you from your emotions. You wake up. You train. You work. You review. Repeat. No negotiation. You are building internal dominance. Because the truth is, if you cannot dominate yourself for 30 days, how do you expect to dominate a market? Self-mastery precedes financial mastery. And here's something deeper. Your first million is not earned with money strategies. It is earned with psychological upgrades. Upgrade 1, delayed gratification. Upgrade 2, high pain tolerance. Upgrade 3, relentless self-accountability. Upgrade 4, strategic thinking over impulsive action. Strategic thinking means you don't chase shiny objects. You don't pivot every week. You commit to one path long enough to extract results. Scatter. Focus produces scattered income. Concentrated focus produces breakthrough. In these 30 days, you also redefine failure. Failure is not losing money. Failure is not being rejected. Failure is quitting. As long as you continue refining and executing, you are advancing. Let me say something uncomfortable. Most people don't actually want a million. They want the appearance of success, the lifestyle photos, the admiration, the escape from insecurity. But the million requires becoming someone disciplined, sharp, and sometimes isolated. Are you willing to sacrifice comfort, entertainment, approval? Because the foundation demands sacrifice. Time you used to waste will now be invested. Energy you used to scatter will now be focused. Conversations you used to entertain will now be cut short. You are narrowing your life to expand your future. And as you move through these 30 days, something shifts. You stop seeing yourself as a consumer of life. You become a producer. You stop asking, what can I get? You start asking, what can I build? Builders get paid. Consumers complain. When you fully internalize this, your posture changes. Your speech changes. Your standards rise. You become less reactive, more calculated, less emotional, more strategic. And this is where the real foundation forms, not in your bank account, in your nervous system. Stress no longer paralyzes you. It sharpens you. Uncertainty no longer scares you. It excites you. Uncertainty no longer scares you. It excites you. Competition no longer intimidates you. It fuels you because you understand something most people don't. Wealth is not created by comfort. It is created by controlled chaos. And during these 30 days, you are learning to operate inside that chaos without losing composure. That is elite. That is rare. That is the beginning of inevitability. Your first million isn't about luck. It's about the person you become in 30 days. Discipline, skill, execution, master these, and money becomes inevitable. Stop wishing. Start building. The foundation is yours.